Hey guys, welcome to the Stock Pot, the SP, because we're the highest rarity in your Weiss content. We're Soup for the Soul Sign. I'm Jake. We got Jason,
Soup.
Alejandro, hi.
Hi, what's up?
And we got Brandon.
Yo,
How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great.
So, it's been a while since we've been here last time.
That's very true.
One notable event was Newark BSF.
Newark BSF.
Yeah, been a little while, but it's fine. We had some time to kind
A
of
couple weeks ago, yeah.
cool down and think about what happened.
So, we had teams.
We did. We had four
So,
teams.
We had 4 teams go, but most notably for us, we
Mhm.
were cut down the middle this time.
Yes, we were.
We were both Soup for the Soul Sign with Dave.
With Dave.
That's
That's true.
Oh, we
With
were.
Dave.
Oh
We
my
were.
god!
It's 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Although I believe Jason and Brandon just named their team Soup for the Soul Sign,
Correct.
and we named ours Soup for the Soul Sign with Dave.
With Dave.
With Dave,
Oh.
even though it could have been applicable to both.
Yeah. I didn't want, I was really thinking about that when I was making the team names. It's like, I'm going to do this, and they're going to put the wrong team for each other, and we both failed deck check if we made top 8.
That would
That
have
would've
been
been
hilarious.
really
That would have
funny.
been the best way to lose.
So,
I mean, that wouldn't have been the biggest thing to happen in top 8 at Newark anyway, though.
that's true. There was someone who already was caught cheating, so.
There was someone who may or may not have been caught cheating.
Yeah. Intentionally, we don't know.
In the finals.
It was in the finals.
In the
Finals.
finals.
Oh, okay, that I didn't know.
Because we know the winning team.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was our friends Dan, Chelsea, and Evan
Yes.
who went on an absolute tear.
I
Well,
heard it was nuts.
2 of them did.
I mean, they all tried their best.
Ouch.
So what did you guys go in with?
So I went in with 7 Deadly Sin Escanor because I figured,
Boo.
okay, listen.
Boo.
No, it's fine. See, I went in thinking I want to be a sweaty gamer. All right, I want to go in. I want to try hard, so I might as well just play Escanor, right?
Yeah, and how'd you do?
I went 2-1. It was fine.
What about you, Jason?
I went with Bandori, 8 door. I went 1-2.
Which doors?
Which doors?
Which doors? There's so
Uh,
many. You can't just
that's
say
true.
8 door.
It was Yukina and Kasumi. So the anti-burn Kasumi on the top end
Okay.
with the
Mhm.
Yukina.
And what was we're just gonna say Dave A for you.
Oh,
what
I don't
was
even want to talk
Dave
about
A
what he
on?
was playing, so we're gonna skip
No,
over
we're
that.
just gonna
Okay.
completely skip that.
because
Okay.
the day started. Listen, we were destined to have a bad day because the day started with, "Hey, I don't got these cards for the Quint deck," even though I was told to bring him cards for the
Oh,
Quint
you
deck,
spoiled what he was playing now. Oh,
and he
man.
still didn't have decks,
So Dave
The
A
cards.
was on 8 standby, 12 standby quints.
which I still tell him to this day he should never play again.
No,
He's cursed with that deck.
he's
telling
like,
him.
actually 0 and X with that deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
no, he has wins, but he doesn't have like anything.
No meaningful
No,
wins.
no meaningful wins. Like we went to New York last year for the BSF, and
BCS.
BCS,
BCS.
and he was gonna play the Quints. He also had a buy card.
Oh, he did. Oh,
He had a
free
buy
wins.
card.
2 free
He had
wins.
2 free. He had the first 2 rounds off, and he fumbled the rest of the way with this 12 standby Quint deck. He also had to spend the first 2 rounds looking for cards again because he didn't bring the right cards.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Dave.
don't want to take care of him
Oh,
again
David.
next year. No, next year, Dave. I'm
So-
sorry, you're on your own.
Oh, Dave A. All right. Well, your team, Brandon said he went 2 and 1. So you went 1-2 drop.
We went 1-2 drop.
Rather tragic.
Yeah, very tragic.
Yet again, let down by my team. It's
You
fine.
you had a good lineup.
Do
I
not
really
start
did.
with
You had a really good
Wow.
lineup.
This is the first time I've let you down compared to the time you've let me down.
Listen, it's fair.
Mine was a little bit harder because I did go undefeated when the last time we teamed.
Okay, so we agree. We're blaming Dave A.
Yeah, we still blame Dave.
Okay.
So we had his last name doesn't start with a B, but we're gonna call him Dave B. Alejandro and I had Dave B on our team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was on.
Listen, nah, I think he deserves respect. He should be Dave W. Because that's
Oh,
his-
he-
that's-
yeah,
that's
he-
his
yeah,
guy.
he's
he
actually
was
Dave
Dave
W.
W.
So we went. Our team went 2 and 2.
Yep.
We had decent-esque showings. I had one of the most unfortunate starts to an opening hand I think I've ever had.
What happened?
So in my opening hand, I drew 5 cards. I wanted to keep 2 of them in my hand.
Mhm.
The other 3 were my level 3 climax. I was on 8 gate Botan Rushia Hololive.
Oh.
So
okay.
it was the Jason brew. Jason put together this list.
Nice.
It's a very fun list. I very much like how that Botan plays.
Mhm.
Because you're just like compressing extremely hard with memory. And I went 2-2, but when I mulliganed those 3 climaxes, threw them into waiting room, I'm just like, okay, I'm out 3 climaxes. What's the worst that could happen?
You never asked that, Jake.
I proceeded to draw 3 more climaxes.
Jake, no.
Jake and I had similar game ones.
Somehow,
No.
somehow, out of some miraculous sort of wizardry or blessing, I had won that game very handedly, and I was against an Alice player.
Oh, see, no, they deserved it. It's fine.
Yeah, of course. They were new to the game, so I couldn't like rib on them too much.
No,
Yeah, you can.
But it was still one of those things where the Alice player overextended and couldn't finish the game.
that's fair.
But Alejandro, what were you on?
I was playing a door choice quints. So Itsuki level 1, and Ichika level 3 from set 1.
So hand advantage and cancel burn.
So yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Everyone's favorite
Well,
combination.
I went 2-2. First 2 rounds were just absolutely just rough, just not getting there. Just awful draws and the like. But the last 2, we were cooking. We were going in.
You triple Itsuki one board, right?
I triple Ichika.
Ichika. Yeah.
I triple Ichika my last opponent, who's playing Nino.
And there's nothing you can do against
And
that.
What do they do to deserve such hatred?
listen, they decided to play Nino against me.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
And I know the deck well enough that I knew every step of the way. I was just like, yep, that's gonna happen. Listen, the only thing that confused me is that they didn't play like the Nino that shuffles cards back in.
Oh, okay.
They didn't play that. That was the main thing that
So
confused
they
me.
couldn't like take advantage of the standbys.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see a single one. I mean, so I don't know if he did play it or not. I don't know. I just didn't see it. And the other thing was that his deck was looking kind of shiny. I saw a few things, and then I was like, oh damn,
As shiny as yours?
not as shiny as mine.
Oh, okay.
Not as shiny as mine, but I was like,
Did you
listen,
have your deck in your backpack?
No, I
Oh,
No,
so,
he
so
didn't because he would have helped get Dave the rest of the cards he was
oh,
missing.
Yeah, I would've. I would've
Yeah,
just, like-
he would have just given them.
I honestly was at the point where I should have just switched decks with Dave.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's fair. And so you had a slow start.
Yep.
So you started off 0-2 and then ended the day 2-2.
Yep.
I started off 1-1 and proceeded to split my last 2 games as well. So I ended 2-2 as well. Dave W, he went off. He carried us for our first 3 rounds. He went 3-0 and went 3-1 just to very miraculous cancels by the Sal player.
Yep.
And what was Dave W playing?
He was on
Psychono.
Bar Door Psychono.
Thank you.
My boy was cooking.
He
My boy was cooking.
I did say he was gonna go positive.
he went
He did.
in. He
You're
went
right.
in with quite possibly one of the most underrated decks in the format. I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Like it's shown. It has results. It's shown that
It does show up.
it shows that it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we still have a focus on Alice and Escanor.
Mhm.
That like Psychono kind of gets thrown
It's
in the corner.
It's interesting
That's
because in Japan this deck was banned for a reason, and when it came out, it ran the meta itself because its memory compression is out of this world. If you are having just your average game, you're probably setting 9 cards in memory.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
With a finisher that is uninteractable because you cannot play backups on it. It gains hexproof.
It has hexproof. You can't target it.
So, but like
Oh.
you can't even like make something bigger so
Yeah.
that because she is an on reverse combo.
Your rest counters don't do anything. It gets abnormally large. It gets to like a 14k, right?
Mhm.
And so like nothing's natively a 14k unless it's explicitly designed to be that big.
You don't even need to make it that big either.
Like-
It could be a 12 can as long as it beats over. You can't do anything because you will not.
It's wild. The only thing that gets around it is like Geld, but that's only in standby slime.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so obnoxious.
only a card with that kind of interaction and in the
in the meta.
So he was playing extremely hot, and it just unfortunately came down to the cancel game at the end,
Mhm.
in which both of them were doing extremely well. It's just Dave couldn't hold out for the last turn.
Listen, it turned into like a slugfest. They just kept smacking each other. and-
It was just like they both done their game plan.
Yep.
And they couldn't do anything beyond that. So it was really fun to watch. He played well.
No,
Played
it
really
was
well.
it was intense. I was like, oh man.
And the only reason we didn't make a deeper run was because on my round 4, I lost a coin flip cancel.
No.
And so if I had gotten that coin flip cancel, I would have absolutely won that game.
Mhm.
That's so unfortunate.
So it just happens. Weiss
Yeah.
Weiss is a card game designed to be like this.
Yeah.
Wise,
So
let's go.
You could say there was no inherently weak player on the team. Me and Jake went 2-2, and then Dave went 3-1. So
Yeah,
it was.
pretty
Oh,
good.
I also lost. We got team killed by one of our friends.
Lucky.
Oh,
in
that's
round
right.
2.
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
team
yeah.
killed, and
I
I
wanna
lost because
part of a
my
team kill.
my friend checked a stock soul on an empty lane, and landed 5.
Oh.
And he
Yeah.
put me to
5?
3-6, and he was going to do paw combo on not paw combo, stupid Mikey combo.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, right.
And,
Goodbye.
and so it was just like I could have taken all the instances of one, but the issue was I just took 5 beforehand,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I couldn't do anything beyond
Yeah.
that. Had I not taken that 5, I
You
would have lived.
Did you take 5 sources of 1, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have lived, and then I would have shuffled back 12 into his deck and won the game.
Oh, so
And so it just happens.
Yeah.
It,
I mean,
it
yeah.
was like the most unfortunate thing that happened to me all day. I'm the real winner from that event.
are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. we
Oh,
know-
oh yeah.
Go ahead. Go off.
So we Evan, I love you. Shout out to Above the Meta. We after that, a lot of us were just like, we have a bunch of SPs we don't need.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel like going and selling them individually online, on Facebook, on TCG Player, through any avenues and any means? No, it's not worth it.
It's never that
It's
easy.
never worth it, especially when you want other shiny cardboard.
Of course.
I had been working out this deal for a few months at this point.
Months?
Yeah, I had been asking, hey, do you still have those SSPs? This is also, we're gonna have an update on my whole Germany debacle.
Oh, I
Um,
can't wait.
He had 2 Chizuru SSPs that I've had my eye on for the last year.
Okay.
Because it wasn't until recently that I've set my sights on max raritying my 8-door Rent a Girlfriend deck.
Right.
So I have this box of Love Live SPs. I've had this box of Love Live.
You just have a box of
SPs.
them?
Yeah. Last time I talked, we were working on a trade-in deal. We finally bit the bullet. We did it. I had a whole bunch of other SPs from Jason. I had an SSP Nino from Alejandro. I had an Albedo silver signature from Dave W. I had a few other miscellaneous things. We just did one giant trade-in to make it easy on him. On top of that, I had made the decision at one point to buy a bunch of synthetic leather deck boxes from Azure Lane, ReZero, a whole bunch of sleeves and deck boxes,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, I don't need these anymore because I don't use character sleeves.
No.
I like using static color sleeves, just less issues.
Sure.
I just traded them all in. I got like $4.5 credit.
You're insane.
So at that point, I'm just like 2 Chizurus right there. I got a PSA graded 10 Megumin SSP from Konosuba Set 1?
Set 2.
Set 2. Set 2.
The movie set.
Yeah, the one that
Maybe Set, actually.
goes in tandem with the Union.
Yeah,
Which
so
we-
where's
which
that Megumin right now?
We're actually getting it regraded.
We are getting
Oh.
it regraded. We didn't
Okay.
crack it. We sent it to BGS. They have a service themselves.
Okay.
So we didn't crack it. Although we could have cracked it and it would have been funny.
But we were sending it out because a couple years ago Jake got me the Union SSP
Oh,
for
okay.
my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I need the Megumin because I needed them to go together. And Jake convinced me, how about you just get both of them graded? So we were sending both of them out. So now when they come back, I will have both the Megumin and the Union that go together in graded slabs.
And we're putting them on chains.
And we're putting them on chains where I'm like,
What? You guys are actually insane.
but
Putting them on chains. When you hold the chains together, they
Yeah.
they make
God.
one. They make one
that
thing.
that was a good thing. Also, Evan was able to get me my 4 climaxes I needed for eight
For
win
Data
Data
Live.
Live,
Oh.
which I should have played at this event.
You should have.
I came to realize that I actually don't like playing the Cosmic Finisher as much as I thought I would in events because you kind of have to play behind the whole time on purpose
Oh.
because it is a deck that sets up an anti-burn so that your opponent cannot burn you with their finisher. So you want to play behind, get your combo off first, and I don't like that's just not my play style. And I've come after playing that deck in an event, I just didn't like that type of way of playing with it.
You'll be more proactive
I like
in the
to
situation.
I like to also be compressed, heal down. I don't want to force myself into my finisher.
Sure.
Because in this type of meta, you can be at 2-5 and lose.
That's
which normally I like staying 2-4, 2-5. Like that's my comfortable spot. But in this deck, you don't want to sit there. So you hit level 3, you pull off your cosmic combo and hope you live the next turn because you still can die off of 3
That's such a
attacks.
weird deck because that's one of the decks that you're like comfortable at 3-4.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be comfortable at 3-4.
Yeah.
Because they attack. Their
Yeah.
Baron doesn't do anything. You hope to
Just cancel.
neg soul them.
Yeah.
You hope to cancel on good ones.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a more intense knife
Yeah.
because you don't control the top of your deck. You
Yeah.
control the
So
incoming damage.
if you don't draw your neg souls off the event and you just then pray that they don't kill you, but
It's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I could play that deck. I honestly don't
it
think
is
I could
tough.
play that deck.
I like the finisher, like the deck. I just probably won't be playing it in like top events.
Just not anytime soon.
Yeah.
nah, because you got other decks to.
It's a fun
over
deck to
now.
look at.
It is
honestly.
fun. It is fun. It is very fun to play.
Honestly, imagine that deck maxed.
Yeah.
See, why are you gonna do that to him? He has other things he has to max out first.
I have made it a point that I'm just not trying to max Bang Dream decks just because one, you'll never really see the SSPs you want in the wild anymore.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed your window.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, that's
all
fine.
Of them,
That's
all
okay.
of them went to the collectors. All of them are gone.
That's fine.
It's been already 2 months since Anniversary came out.
It's been 2 months.
Yeah, it came out in April.
I don't think I've seen like really any SSPs posted at like suitable prices.
Wow.
Like they're like 700, 800.
Yeah, everyone wants really high prices for them.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a really popular set, and people like the girls. Who
Yeah.
would have thought?
'Cause there's so many.
But besides Newark, we had a few other BSFs.
Yeah.
To
we had
look on.
we had Vancouver. Well, like we can before we go into Vancouver, we could just kind of go over like what we saw top. We saw your normal Sal, but there was like a Kaguya. There were a couple AOTs this time.
Mhm.
Slime was there.
Oh yeah, which Kaguya though?
There was Standby Door and a Door Choice that was there.
Door choice.
Chica, let's go.
So that's good to see
The
that.
Connor special.
And then there was a Bang Dream up there, which is the Kanon Kokoro, which has the better matchup against an Alice deck because Kokoro doesn't need to be on board to reverse. He just kind of needs to stay there for at least a turn or two.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just about it. And now we'll move over to Vancouver, and this one is a pretty interesting top because there was a Sal, but the other two decks were another Psychono and a Denmachi.
Yeah, I have to say that like the meta's been, I can't say diverse because it's been a lot of Alice.
There's still Sal everywhere.
Yes, but like it's nice seeing that there's other decks that pop up every once in a while because like
Mhm.
between like Tokyo Revengers, you have
The
Sec-
meta has inspired
yes.
change.
Well, Yes, exactly.
Let's be
Yeah.
fair that it's like that because it's a team event.
Yeah.
That's
You
fair.
can't triple up on
Yeah.
Alice.
No.
Otherwise, there would be a lot of teams that
Yeah.
would just triple up. on
Imagine how
Alice.
many triple Alices would be there.
Another
So,
Bang Dream, but
gross.
Yukina Tsukishi deck top, which is it's like a Kanata Marine without the Kanata Marine. It's more of like
Tsukishi?
Tsukishi. Yeah. So basically,
Mhm.
Rushia. So instead of shuffling 4 back, she deals 1 or she plays a card from the drop.
I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
Diane.
heard you say any of these, like, that name
There's
at all, ever.
still so much I'm playing with in Bang Dream that we haven't gotten there yet.
I don't think I've ever heard you say the name Tsukishi
That's 'cause-
ever.
Well, the one who I talked a lot about with our friend Tucker. But she plays the Rui off, and if Rui's played off of her, he can do the heal to hand.
Oh my goodness.
It
This is
heals a
just-
hand.
And she's also an early play off the event.
That is a lot of... These are a lot of cards that I've just never seen.
Well, we're still working because right now, and instead of me doing this, I'm trying to do the build your own Assault Lily combo of Chu 2.
Well,
Okay, I've heard that name. I know who Chu2 is.
Yeah, well, that's because if you remember the nightmares of dealing
Yes.
with, yeah.
Yes.
But a lot of still your standard. There's TRV,
A lot of Hololive.
Hololive as usual.
as usual.
Canadians love Hololive.
So, and then there was Australia, which had your basic toppings still. Like we're seeing a lot of it, but now we're kind of winding down on it. Now it's going to become more of
Well, in
like,
Australia, is the last place team first?
huh?
In Australia, is the last place team first?
Stop it,
Yeah.
Jake.
Okay.
Boo.
That'd be perfect for us. But now we're winding down and we're heading more into the BCS, and there's a lot of things we can look forward
Listen,
to.
we're in the off season right now.
There's a lot of things.
Oh, we had Zvol as well. The in the Netherlands,
Yeah.
the whole 21 teams.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that the one where the 4th place team? Is that the one that happened?
Yes.
Yes. That's the one that with the power
the
upset.
actual
Yeah.
heroes.
The power upset.
the true kings of
The actual kings.
The power upset gods.
Whoever you are, if you do actually listen to this, Y'all the best.
Yeah, they use Symphogear?
No, it was
No.
Kill la Kill, Log Horizon. I believe
It would be
SY
Haru.
is Haru. Should be
Haru.
Haru Suzumiya.
Yeah, it
Yep.
should be Suzumiya. Yep.
I just saw SY and I just assumed.
Yes. No.
No, yeah, that's not in English.
No.
Silly me.
But
Silly
looking
little guy.
towards it, we have BCS most likely coming up, and there's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, there is.
Like I mean, we just did a case opening of Quince, 4 master cases.
2
master cases.
It felt like so many, 4 cases though.
4 cases.
So there's gonna be probably definitely more Quint decks to be played outside of 8 standby. And then we can mention it a little bit. There was a JP stream the other day that came out with a particular ban list,
Sure
and
did.
they finally hit Alice.
Alice is slightly worse.
Slightly worse. Is dead in Japan.
Okay, yeah, no, Alice itself is dead in Japan.
So
like,
we may see that come here. The other notable mention right now, just because I don't want to talk about Overlord, because Overlord's got a ways to go before it hits, and it is the Ayame ban of the really dumb 6 attack.
Yeah, the
turn 2
level
combo.
1 I aim to be able to attack 6 times.
Now we may not see the Alice ban happen soon,
no.
but I do feel like the Ayame ban will actually happen before HoloLive comes out,
yeah.
It's definitely a potential.
I can
because
see it happening.
the only reason I say is because as someone it's 2 different games, but I played Vanguard and I've had a card hit before the set even dropped.
Oh, yeah.
I had a card hit before it got.
I
Yeah.
think it's
dropped.
something that just like Bushiroad, they obviously did not intend to this for this card to be designed this way.
No.
On top of that, they don't want the game being played like this early.
Yeah.
no,
So
no, absolutely not.
that card could get hit before HoloLive drops. I don't think that's gonna. I think that they won't even use the HoloLive ban they did in Japan. They would just go with that
They're just
And-
gonna
Yeah.
be like,
just
I
because
am gone.
they just don't want
Yeah.
the game to be played that way before the set comes out. Because again, 6 attacks on like as soon as you hit level 1, that's a lot.
That could be
It-
crushing. Like in early decks, that could be absolutely crushed.
Yes.
Like you could go
Especially-
from 0-5 to like 2-4.
Yeah, imagine taking 6 attacks when you draw your how many climaxes in your starting hand?
Oh yeah, I would have.
You
That would
probably
have.
would've
That would have actively just been the
You
game.
would've- yeah.
I probably would have been
And
close
then-
to level 3 at that point.
Yeah, imagine
So,
going from 0 to 2.
Ayame might get hit before that happens, and then but yeah, those are just some notable things that may happen coming up with
But with BCS, we also have a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
we
lot
do.
because a lot of different things. You got Overlord coming out, you have Review coming out, you have Azure Lane coming out,
And most importantly, for our buddy Brandon,
We have Avatar coming out.
which we'll get
So-
into very shortly.
At the time of recording this,
Um,
it is June 15th.
Yep. What time is it?
So Avatar Eve.
Avatar Eve.
Avatar Eve,
Yeah, there will be a case opening on Avatar Eve
because we follow Street Date.
because we follow Street Date.
Yes.
But
Please don't
really,
get mad at us, certain people.
one quick thing before they go into Avatar is that we also had an announcement of Era Fueta, which was out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's weird.
Jason's in shambles.
You know what? I had a JP
on
play
top
set.
of that, on top of that, we have you on recording saying, "Well, they don't just announce sets on Facebook."
We no, they don't just announce sets on stream because I said this last time Overlord was random, Review was random, and
Oh, that
again
was random.
Era Fueta
Yeah.
out of nowhere. I did say they will randomly drop dates because I was still saying we may not get Chainsaw Man or Spy Family by the end of this year.
I do not think that they're happening in 2023.
No,
now.
at this point, I don't
did
think
say
so.
that. I did say that before
Yeah.
because they have the tendency to just put things in randomly. Like Review was random, Overlord was random, and another one, Era Fueta. I'm still in shambles because I got a place in JP because I
You
expected this to never go in
You
English.
literally like almost got it like what, a month ago, maybe.
I got it probably several months ago when it came out in Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And it's like, it's just crazy because they announced Spy Family and Chainsaw Man forever ago.
Yeah.
And Japan's just now getting the actual booster set for Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
And
It's
It's been almost a year since it's been
it's
revealed.
probably
Yeah.
also like the most anticipated
it
Weiss
is.
set.
It is
that
crazy.
set is going to be
There's gonna
nuts.
probably be another set that isn't Chainsaw Man or Spy Family that comes out
Mhm.
before Era
Probably be-
Fueta.
Probably be Guilty Gear. Well, I mean,
Guilty Gear is
after.
in winter,
would
which
be
is
after.
probably
Yeah, so we know for a
could
fact.
be
Guilty Gear's
December or
probably
even
December.
or even
That's what. So
Guilty Gear could also be
I
January.
did not let him finish
Mhm.
because he said before I heard. I was
Yeah.
but yeah,
Like-
it will come out after probably
Um,
December.
Yeah, like before Guilty Gear, it may not even come out in December. That could be January because it's technically still winter.
Technically, yeah, sure.
But it did say winter 2023, so it could be December. But
Well, that's the only
There's
month in winter.
there's
month
still
in
a slot for
December.
maybe 1 or 2 more sets.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. They just kind of hit us out of nowhere. I remember I was up like at like 5 a.m. and I just see what? I literally just look at my phone and I'm just like, a Rift Reddit, this is fake. And then I see it by the Weiss
I
Schwarz
woke
page.
up and I saw that and I still don't want to believe
It was by the Weiss Schwarz page, and I was just like, oh, it's not fake.
I really was hoping it was fake. Well,
That's fine.
they're gonna continue this thing. I have to get to dinner. I will be back to help them open an avatar case, but I'll be catching you guys later on the next video we do. Jake, Alejandro, and Brandon are gonna finish it up though, so I will catch
Yep.
you guys later.
Well,
Okay,
have fun
goodbye.
at dinner.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, buddy.
We're not leaving. Jason is just Jason.
Yeah, I'm
Jason.
the only one leaving. My keys.
Yeah, good luck.
I will be back to finish my Miku deck.
Goodbye,
There will be
buddy.
Quinn's deck list coming later.
Yeah, all right.
Don't make those promises.
Yeah.
You
Don't-
know, I'll make the rent a girl for one because someone keeps losing the audio.
Okay,
Oh.
that's entirely my fault.
Nice. All right. So now that he's finally gone, we can actually talk about the good stuff.
I mean, I feel like he just doesn't want to talk about Avatar.
He really doesn't want to talk about Avatar.
I don't
which
think he wants to talk about
I
Avatar.
don't understand why. Like, I think the set's gonna be fine. Is it as powerful and like broken as Seven Deadly Sins 2? Probably not.
Are you? You're super excited for this set though, right?
Yes, I am. Because Jake, much like you, when we first started seeing some of the spoilers, I was a non-believer. I was worried as
Yeah.
anyone.
That was hilarious.
See, I could pull up another clip where you're just like, I don't think it's gonna be that good, but
oh man,
that
please
would make
don't.
more work for me.
It would.
I remember Discord being like, "Oh my god, I don't know
Yeah,
about this."
thank God we didn't record anything over Discord.
You're
because
just like,
the
oh,
reveals
you're
are
just
not
like, I'm
great.
committed to a master case, and I gotta get it.
I'm
like-
buying all these cards, and I swear to God, if there's none of these cards are good, I will be really upset. But Bushiroad pulled through.
in the 11th hour.
Literally, it was like 2 weeks before. We're like, oh yeah, so here's like all the good cards. Like, why'd you wait this long to finally show us all these good cards? Because what? I think the first good card we ever saw was the 0-0 Sokka, where on placement or on death, you could just summon stuff from deck.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is exactly what we needed. This is gonna be great.
Well, you also are not fully on board on this, but Ember Island cast.
God.
The
See-
Ember Island cast.
Okay, listen.
This is such an exciting Zero lineup.
I need all the viewers to understand that I'm getting slammed by everyone in the friend group to play these stupid cards. I just listen. The effects are fine. I just don't want to see their stupid faces. That's really it.
Do you know what the Ember Island cast does?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know that they were all pretty decent.
So they all bond to the. You've watched the show, right? So they all have on the Ember Island episode their respective counterparts that
Oh,
are
by the
portrayed.
way, I said yes. I nodded, but I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
I did.
They all have their respective counterparts portrayed by how the Fire Emblem
Fire
has-
Emblem.
the Fire Emblem
The Fire Emblem.
The Fire Nation?
Fire Nation.
the Fire
yeah.
Nation has noted down their adventures.
Yes, exactly.
And so they're essentially caricatures of the main
Yeah.
cast.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
They all bond to the Aang, and
Yes.
they all give Aang a different effect.
Yes. Like, what is it?
The Sokka gives plus soul.
Listen, Sokka's
No,
pogging.
so okay. So the Aang, you pitch a card, you summon any one of the other 4 from deck, which is huge.
Yeah,
And then the Sokka gives so the Sokka buffs the Aang by 1k, and then if the Aang is on board, then the Sokka gets plus 3k and plus 1 soul. So it
Okay.
gets really big.
yeah.
I believe the Katara gains plus 5.
If you want to use this, to
Actually, yes,
look up
absolutely.
things that-
Because like they're all going to be like very slightly different effects, and it's going to be super obnoxious.
I remember seeing Sokka. He's pogging.
he is pogging.
Yeah, I will definitely say like Sokka Pogs, and I'm
Well,
super
another
for it.
thing that we pointed out while looking at the set, since the Ember Island Aang counts as an Aang, you can play the event.
Yes, which is important, and we're have to get to that.
Which is important for what Brandon's trying to cook.
listen.
What you got in the pot over there?
Listen, we got some spiciness. All right, I'm trying really hard to get the 3-2 Aang finisher to just like actually pop off the way I want it to.
Well, again, it's like I said last night on Discord. Like, I think that's just a deck you're gonna have to put together and just play it and see what works and what doesn't. I don't think that's something you can just like theorize on. I think you have to actually play it and
It's man,
get the feel for
It
it.
has the potential. It's one of those decks that if you high roll and if you're playing it to a T, you are going to absolutely ransack your opponent. Your first Ang attack, if you hit all 4 colors,
Oh yeah, of course.
if all 4 nations convene on this one guy, that's absolutely ruining that guy's day.
That's Sockapog right there.
That is absolutely Sockapog.
Oh, 100%. Okay, so here we go. So the Emperor Islands players casting horse, which is the Ang. So literally, you just discard any character, and then you can summon any of the other 4 Ember Island players. The Sokka, so Terrible Jokes, it gets plus 3k and plus 1 soul if you have another Ang on field. The Ember Island players casting horrors. And then it also gives the casting horrors plus 1k. So the Sokka becomes a 4/5 with plus 1 soul as a 0/0, which is absurd. And this is one of the reasons why everyone's trying to tell me to play this card. The Ember Island players Melodramatic, which is the Katara, she gives all casting horrors and all terrible jokes plus 1 level and plus 500. So your 0/0 Sokka now becomes a 1/0. So it now can't get it now can't be 0 bombed, which is important.
Can't be 0 bombed. It can definitely deal with those pesky lanes as well.
Exactly.
Because 45 level 1 on level 0, really hard to deal with.
It's really hard to deal with.
Yep.
And then you can just rest her to give anything else plus 500, which is like, it's fine. So like your 0 game is going to be...
That's like one of the more underwhelming ones.
It's very underwhelming, but like it's just obnoxious.
And the best part about all of them is they're all over on the colors.
Yes, because they cover every single color.
They cover every color. Well, the cast covers every color except for yellow, except for the Ang.
Yeah.
The Ang covers yellow. But like you want to play a lot of yellow cards anyway because your level 3s are yellow, your climaxes are yellow. So it's just like that facilitates the necessary checkboxes for those.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of like spitballing math when you're dealing with this. And so it's just like when you were building these lists, I said, especially for the choice finisher for the Ang, you probably want to do a search brainstormer. So when you search brainstormer for the Momo, you can see what colors are left in your deck. You can see what you want to throw back in there.
Yes.
Because ideally, you want to get down to like 4 cards in deck, and you want to know what all 4 cards are.
Ideally, which is... So
That's
first
like,
of all...
in a vacuum, that's what you want to see.
Absolutely, which is why Momo, I don't care what anyone says, Momo's like the most important card in the entire set. This card is nuts. Like, we've seen it before where there's other cards that shuffle back cards, and they either, say, oh, their side attacks don't get minused, or some other effect, but like, Momo just gives plus 1 soul for free. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. You're just swinging for damage. So ideally, you just get your deck down. You compress your deck down all the way. You put back just enough cards where you know for a fact that you'll hit all your colors. And then with the 3/2 Ang, you shuffle back 2 cards. You deal 3. And then you just put a card into their level or into their clock.
Oh my gosh, if you put it into a level, that would be a really good card.
That's
what?
Hey,
that would be an insanely
for
good
all
card.
the hoops they had to jump through to actually make this card work, I would hope so.
I think that this card is absolutely nuts, and that it's going to take a person who's both persevered through the deck build and through the actual gameplay for this deck.
Yep.
Because you're not going to know what to do in a lot of the situations, because what do you do when you have 17 cards left in your deck? Your stock is a little too low for you to facilitate an extra brainstorm, and you're unsure.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those ones that you're going to have to, like, go through the motion so many times, and it's one of those, like, I play off Weiss a lot off my intuition, that you're going to have to play off your intuition a lot more than you're used to.
Exactly.
But it's going to reward those who do, and it's going to absolutely reward those who are lucky.
I'm not gonna lie. The very first time I get to hit all 4 colors is going to feel amazing.
Are you gonna pog?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, Sockapog. Let's go.
Sockapog. I mean, chances are, I don't know what our plans are going to be, because it may be decklist videos. It may just be like testing streams.
That could also be an idea.
So,
I'm trying to lab this set a lot.
So as soon as we are able to break the seal on these boxes and open them, we're going to be talking about this set a lot. And hopefully Brandon's got some good deck lists, some good techs.
I'm going to come back a change man,
and we'll know all 120 cards through this deck and the trial deck.
I still think we should. I still think we should do the video series where it's just every week, Brandon. We come back to like, all right, Brandon, what you cook this week?
And it's
Yeah.
just like him banging his head on the tables.
He's like,
Every
it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
There were so many cards of each color in my deck. How'd I only hit 2?
See, I just hope I don't get like a drinking problem after this. That's all I really care
Oh
about.
no.
I'm just gonna be a change.
But we've talked a lot about the Aang. What
Yes.
else have you been looking at?
Okay, so the deck, I think the very first deck I'm going to try is going to be 8-bar Toph.
All right,
because-
so go into your baby trigger.
yes,
You just love 8 bar. You just love bar.
I love bar because I just like being able to.
It's
always
his
get-
namesake.
It is.
Yeah, Bardo.
Thanks, I guess. But yes, like the Toph deck is very straightforward because in most Weiss sets, there's always at least one color that gets kind of like shorthanded, where like they just don't get a lot. Green is the one that got kind of shorthanded this time.
The deck is just straight up 4 ofs.
It's all 4 of you play 4 of your level 1s, you play 4 of your level 3s, you play 4
Well,
of the chains
that's-
target. Like it's
You know,
just
that goes
deck.
without saying.
Yeah, of course.
You play.
I mean, yeah. Like if like Kanata has taught us anything, it's just like the resiliency is way too important not to have.
Exactly.
And especially when you have this 1/1 Toph that turns into the 3/2.
Yep.
It's so strong. It's basically baby Kanata. We're seeing a lot of these combos on level 2 that are like Kanata, but are less as modal as Kanata. Because like some of them, like your level 3 Ichika that came out in Quince set 2.
Quince 2.
In Quince set 2, says search, put 1 to stock, 1 to hand. It explicitly tells you what to do.
Yep.
The Toph does the same thing from waiting room.
You're from waiting room. right.
From waiting room.
So it's just good because if you only do like 1 or 2 Tophs on like your big explosive level 2 turn,
Mhm.
you're like, okay, cool. I can put on 1 random card to stock that I don't need, and then I can just put the 1/1 Toph back to hand. I could just do it again next turn.
Yeah. Incidentally, it just like it also has, and this is where Kanata fell short and why you needed Marine to take it the rest of the way.
Mhm.
Toph can finish the game.
Toph would be like, okay, cool. I stock a bunch of cards. I attack. Awesome. Pay 2, deal 2. Like it's that simple.
That is the most important part about that card is Toph can actually end the game.
Absolutely. And the other big thing is like Toph is just big. She is a big.
She's 13.
She is naturally a 10-5.
Well, yeah, she's look at the Ember Island card.
It's true.
No
actually.
one wants to admit they lost to a tiny blind girl.
No one wants to admit to they lost to a tiny blind girl. But like,
I'm leaving that one alone.
but yeah, no, like the fact that Toph at level 2 is naturally gonna be a 10-5, not including any assists, not including any backups, she's going to be sticking around for a long time unless she just gets Adachi'd, which, sure, whatever.
This is going to be one of those decks that like incidentally gets hit by the outward hate.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think you're still going to be fine. I think the deck has a lot of resiliency and stopping power.
Yes. Like, the fact that most of the Toph cards care about activate abilities, the fact that you get to just get bonus effects by just playing the game feels really good. And the fact that your 3/2 finisher just says, oh, whenever you get frontal attack, you just get to look at the top card and you either mill it or you keep it there. So, like, cool, you get to check your cancels.
So the other, and this is a very mono climax trigger driven set.
Yes, it is.
So the other 2 decks are going to be, and this is the sleeper deck. This is the one that I think people are like actively looking a little down on.
Mm-hmm.
8 gate.
Yes.
The Sokka Katara combos. The
Yes.
Sokka's generically strong.
Sokka's actually probably one of the, I think, of the 1/0 climaxes, it's probably Toph first, then Sokka.
Yeah.
Like, Sokka is powerful.
Sokka's generically strong,
Mm-hmm.
and Katara can just actively stop the game.
Yes. Like, I think I was talking to either both you and Jason or just Jason, but the fact that with the Katara 3/2, when you play your climax, you heal every time that happens. So it's not on placement heal. It's just,
They made Ryder better.
yes, they like, listen, I need people to understand. Playing Fate, the 3/2 Rider, I absolutely love that card. I love being able to just stall my opponent out, heal, and just like punish them. And
You
just
even have a graded form of that card.
I do. And
That he
it's-
refuses to break out.
I'm not doing, no, because she
Well,
needs to
we
be
gotta get
protected.
3 more.
No,
We
no,
gotta
stop.
get 3 more.
We do. But the Katara, you just get to do it all the time, and then you can cheat her out at level 2, which is
You can
nuts.
cheat her out at level 2. The event's really strong.
Oh my, yeah, and the event just gives her hexproof. Like
The event's really strong. On top of that, it's just like we always talk about a lot of the core of a set being
Mhm.
able to drive the set and being able to make it like playable beyond its viability.
Yep.
The core of Avatar's good.
Yes, I would definitely agree with that. It's some of the tech cards are like a little iffy, but that's whatever.
It's got a majority of what you need to be a thriving set.
yes, absolutely.
It's got a free fresh. It's got a memory kick backup. It's got a
Oh, it's got a
good climax swapper.
Oh my. Yes,
It's
it
got
does.
finishers across the board. It's
Yep.
got level 1 options. So this is just a good set.
Yes.
They really slow rolled us.
Yep.
They man, like Bushi Road, if you are listening to this, please. I understand that you want to hype up a set, but please don't do that.
See, we always have like the benefit of it comes out in Japan first.
Yep,
Yes,
always.
normally, yes,
And so like for these English only sets, it drives us crazy.
yeah.
And
because-
so like we can imagine this is probably how like people overseas feel
probably
when their set gets announced. And like JoJo's, we have 7 cards for. That comes out in a month and a half.
does it really?
It comes out in August.
God. All right. Wild.
Uh,
But hey, I'm just saying because for Chainsaw Man, I mean, granted that set also just looks giga cracked. Like they started off really strong. I'm like, oh cool. Now I'm hyped to see it, and then they just kept getting better. It was awesome. And
Oh,
then
they just took that bar and kept setting it higher and kept reaching it.
yeah, not so much for Avatar.
And then the last deck in Avatar, it's gonna be doorstep. No, it's 8 standby.
It's definitely
It's
a
8
standby.
standby.
Like I can definitely see people pushing for like a Azula waifu deck where you do door standby, but I think you just gotta go
It's
standby.
8 standby. That
Yeah.
standby is so versatile.
Yes, like the fact that you get to have like a control-y, like anti-meta esque early standby with the Zuko and Aang, where you get to level down your opponent, and then you just finish off the game with your 3/2 Zuko, where it just says, "Cool, if I cancel damage, I restand as long as I have the Iroh in the back row."
Mhm. And then you could also play the Azula instead.
And then you could also just play
And
Azula.
so like with that, it's like why would you stop at just one climax combo to like trigger off of?
yes,
It's like similar to like Mother's Rosario where you can take advantage of 2 climax triggers.
exactly.
So like the Azula could take advantage of different deck states.
Yes, and I think that's what they were planning on doing. The fact that you have these 2 really strong finishers, depending on like the actual game state, you can do either one based off the climax. So
So
to each their own.
I think this is a test from Bushi
It really is.
because they're trying to make, and this is unprecedented, they're trying to make 8 standby players think.
No,
Ooh.
couldn't be. I don't believe you.
And so this is definitely going to be a test of like what's going to happen with these 8 standby builds and what's going to be everyone's split. Are
Yep.
people going to do like 3-4, 4-2, something like that? Which one are they going to prefer to? Are their builds going to differ based on the meta?
That I think it's gonna be mostly that because I know depending on how big like early playing your finishers or playing standby is gonna be later on, you could just try and have this weird combination where you're playing all 3 of the 3/2 combos. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
So I'm excited to see what Avatar brings.
mhm,
It's definitely one of the more unique sets.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
And given the uniqueness, I'm hoping it breathes some new light into the game.
I do too.
On top of that, I'm hoping it breeds some new like player base.
Yes, literally because when did Ruby come out? Was that last year?
That
Or-
came out
It was, like,
winter
20
2022.
one.
No, winter 2021.
Okay.
21, yeah.
and we saw a gigantic boom after that.
We saw a lot of people get in because of Ruby. And I honestly, that's kind of one of the sets that if a volume 2 happened, I feel like it would have retained this player a little bit more.
Oh, absolutely.
But like Avatar is definitely one of those things that almost everyone as a kid at least watched one episode of it.
I hope so. I hope they have.
So it's gonna be, oh whoa, there's an Avatar set. Let me get a pack of that or
Yeah,
something like that.
literally just from our own experiences, people walked into our local store and they said, "Wait, there's Ruby? Like, let me buy some cards."
Yeah.
Like, look, it's that easy. And I assume it's going to be the same thing with Avatar. Just from like hearing things from everyone else online, a lot of people are looking for this. Like, a lot of people are going to try and open cards.
There's gonna be so much of it out there too.
There's going to be so much of it. So, which is good. It is good.
It's
'Cause-
good. It makes the market a little bit cheaper for this set.
Hopefully,
Knock on wood.
knock on wood.
And hopefully there's a lot of SPs and SSPs out there, and secrets out there for you, buddy.
Please, we need so many. We
We're
need
praying
secrets.
for you. We're
Thank
praying for you.
please.
Yeah, my boy wants his master set.
Yep.
Well, yes. Okay. Yeah. No, you're right.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
So you finally got your Quince movie set.
Yeah. I feel like Jason also doesn't want to talk about this.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't. He
I
definitely
feel like he
doesn't.
doesn't want to talk about
You know,
this.
he yelled, "I'm making Miku lists."
Yeah. I have no problem talking about this.
So you've been waiting for this for a while.
Listen, I have been waiting for this for a while, but I've also been waiting on something else for a while. And I'm still waiting, but with the announcement of that the new, like, I guess season or whatever of Quince that animates parts of the manga
that weren't
weren't
portrayed.
in the show, you know, we're on our way to Legendary Quince 3, baby. we're on our way there.
You've been calling that for so long. You haven't been calling it Quince movie set. You've been calling it Quince 3. The Legendary Quince 3.
Legendary Quince 3. That's what the set's going to be called.
And now the opportunity is on both. I forget who the producer for Quince is. I forget who the studio is.
It's the one that's animating this one is Studio Shaft.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's on them and Bushi Road to bring us the Legendary Quince 3.
Legendary. Listen, to be honest, I feel like they're leaving money on the table if they don't.
That's fair. They could just put it in Vanguard and call it a day.
They.
This is not a Vanguard channel.
They could.
This is not a Vanguard channel. This is not a Vanguard channel.
But with the real Quince 3 set out,
The very real Quince movie set.
The very real Quince 3 set out. What have you been working on?
So me personally, I've been just messing around with a choice, Ichika.
Okay, which choices?
So it is a split. It is the popular list that I've seen a lot of people play. It's the level 1 from set 2, it is level 3 from set 2, and it is the new finisher from movie set. So it is a 4 of the level 1 climax, 3 of the level 2, the early play Ichika, and the 1 of the finisher.
So you're doing 4-3-1.
4-3-1.
Okay. So it's definitely like a value accruement deck.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to do like I said, that those Kanata turns.
Yeah.
Those build your level 2 boards as level 3s that accrue value.
Yep.
So it's definitely one of the more interesting decks. Like I picked it up once, and there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, it reminds me of my Fubu Aqua deck, but in a different way. Because
Like-
it moves differently, right? I mean, like, you're doing things differently than you would do in that deck.
There's a lot of rearranging and there's a lot of milling, and it's definitely going to reward once again. And this goes with almost all voice continuous reps.
Yep.
But it's definitely going to reward just like the instinct of what's on top of my deck, because sometimes the card says if you get a level 3 from your waiting room and put it to your hand, bounce a card.
Yeah, bounce a character. Yep, that's
that's what it says.
So the event, how the event goes is you need an Ichika on board, and basically, so you cigarettes, so it's middle of the top 2, then you can salvage a character based on the level.
Okay.
And then it is afterwards. It is I'm blanking here. There's like a secondary effect.
It's if
look at top 2. You also, so right after you cigarettes, you look at top 2. You rearrange them however you like, and then afterwards is if you salvaged a level 3, is when you can bounce a character back to your opponent's hand.
That card has so much text on it. And it's an event.
It's an event.
It's an event. It's a level 1 event, and it's free.
God.
Yep, it is free.
That sounds obnoxious, actually.
Like the quality of cards that came out in movie set is definitely, for not explicitly not standby, probably the highest bump in card quality for the other triggers of the set.
Yeah, I mean, look at the main card we can look at is the early play, the new early play that Ichika has. You pitch a card, you salvage a choice climax, and you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an Ichika, add it to hand.
Yeah, it replaces itself. It gets you your climax.
It's a +1.
It gets you your climax, and on top of that, when it attacks, if you have 4 of the characters, it gets +3K.
Yeah, it gets +3K. Yeah. Oh wow, I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot.
So the thing's like an 11-5. No, like a 12-5. I think it's a 9-5. Too far away.
Yeah. Well, I'm not grabbing my deck, but
Yeah, it's fine.
Nah,
it's
you're
fine.
no, it's
No,
fine.
no,
it's
it's
fine.
fine.
It's not.
The
not
card
that
is
important.
the card is on the screen right now, and they can see how big it gets.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely adding asterisks next to the number of how big the card gets.
But I mean, besides Ichika,
But like
you know,
a lot of the other girls got very, very, very suitable upgrades.
I mean,
finishes.
yeah. I mean, the other main one you're gonna see is Itsuki. You're gonna see a lot of eight door out there.
With Borger.
With Borger.
Oh no.
That finisher is kind of obnoxious, realistically. But that's but everyone's gonna be talking about that. What I surprisingly would like to talk about a little bit is
Don't say it.
is 8-bar. Because that finisher
Oh,
is sick,
boy.
and I've been messing around with it off of like a deck list I found online or whatever. It's kind of fun. Like the whole memory thing is kind of cool. I mean the level 1 combo that you play is basically it is based on memory.
Yeah.
So if you
can look it up to the top 7.
up to top 7 if you have 4 cards in memory by the time that you play this
Yeah.
card,
The card's nuts.
and
What?
it is. So you look it up to top 7, you grab a Yotsuba or whatever, and
It looks at least 3.
so 3 is a minimum if you have 0 cards in memory.
Yeah. And then if you have 1 to 3, it's 4 or 5.
So it is. So the card reads something along the lines of, you look it up to X cards, and then X is equal to the number of cards in memory plus 3.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So if you have 3 cards in memory, then you're looking at 6.
That's nuts. Wait, hold on.
The only thing is that it says that but it caps out at 4.
That's fine. Whatever.
It caps out at 4. So that's fine. Again, that's fine. But just for clarification for everybody, yeah, it is. It does cap out at 4.
It's nuts. It
is really good. So, again, shout out to Dave W, because that's the one he's going to be playing.
Really?
Yeah, Yotsuba's his girl.
Well, he also immediately said, like, this is the finisher that I want to play. And then we read it and we're like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no, it's realistically that new Yotsuba finisher is pretty sick.
Because it's 3 instances of damage on 1 card.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna hold
The
on. I
only
want to pull this up so I know.
So basically, it has 2 burn effects. One is on combo, one is off combo. So basically, the one is you pay to
Burn 1?
No,
It's burn
pay
2, I
2,
think.
pitch 2, deal 2. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah.
pay to. Realistically, you're not going to pull off 3.
Weiss Christmas Land, you could.
So realistically, you're not going to pull off 3 consistently.
Mhm.
Because that would require about 12 stock.
Dogs require like 12 stock and
12
6 additional cards in hand.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Six-
You don't need it.
On top of the 3 finishers you
Just-
play.
Just be a god.
But 2 is more realistic.
Yeah, I feel like 2's realistic. If not, like 1 probably is still good enough
1 is still really good.
because you get the wrong cancels at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
You could absolutely take over the game,
Yeah, like
especially
Jake-
with the quality of cards that the rest of Quince has.
I mean, just the quality of the cards that Yotsuba got. I mean, she has a Ramorous now,
Yeah,
oh, this
which
set's-
is that's sick.
green.
This
Well,
set,
green
man.
historically has gotten shorted.
Yep.
It really has.
in Quince.
The only time that you really played green was when Quince 1 came out.
Yeah,
and you
when
played the level 1 Yotsuba combo.
The good old bar choice.
Yeah.
Yotsuba Ichika deck.
Oh
Yep.
god, let's bring back some memories.
That's
actually.
that's a certified classic. That is a certified classic.
Man, but this set's just sounding so privileged.
It has a lot going on for it, but remember, it's just the power creep of Weiss at this point.
Yeah. And I mean, we can talk about Miku as well, right? Like, I mean,
Can
so-
we though? Jason's in here.
We
listen,
can.
it's
Oh, okay.
it's fine. Again, he probably doesn't want to talk about this anyway, but whatever. I mean, even then, like most people would consider Miku like the worst one, and I mean, yeah, that's fair,
It probably got the least upgrades,
but it's still
they
pretty neat.
they tried the most things out with Miku, I think.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's pretty neat. The whole marker thing is pretty neat. Is it like kind of like wacky or like
Mhm.
it's a little jank.
And then the finisher, Icy Tails 4,
Icy Tails 4 and then
and deals one X times equal to the amount of climax?
So, no, I think it only checks for one
Oh,
climax.
for number of markers.
So as long as you hit one climax, you're gonna burn 1 or 2 depending on the amount of markers you have.
Yeah, 2 or less, X is equal to 1. If it's 3 or more, X is equal to 2.
Yeah.
But
That's
I mean, so the cool thing is that there's a lot of cards, specifically in movie set that just put markers on stuff. It's again, it's kind of weird that out of nowhere they decided to go with the marker route. I think they did a few things like that in set 2, but
Well, they tried to like they tried making headphones unique in set 1.
Yep.
Then they tried reworking it in set 2, and then they immediately threw it out in set 3.
Yep.
Like they could have done something to try to make it better, but I guess they were just kind of sick of it, and they didn't want to try to force this event again, because there's 2 different headphones.
Yep.
There are 2 different headphones.
There are 2 different headphone events. One came out at set 1, and the other one came out at set 2. And then, as Jake said, they kind of just gave up on it in movie set.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, realistically, again, if we get Legendary Quints 3, I could foresee some headphone support, but I feel like if they were to continue,
They're just gonna do marker.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they would probably do marker mostly, because it's not unheard of that like the secondary like game plan for these characters get something. I mean, Nino has a gate trigger climax.
Mm-hmm.
She has, so basically it's
does.
Yeah, from set 1 it's a restander.
Wow.
From set 1 it's a restander.
Oh yeah, she does.
Yeah, so in set 2, of course Nino turned fully standby.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a couple cards in there that support the gate.
Nino took some PEDs.
Oh no!
And
Someone get the cup.
And immediately we saw performance gains.
Jesus.
But I mean, in movie set Ichika, there's like a card in there that supports the level 1 combo from set 1 for Ichika, the Ini Yukata. So it's not unheard of to think that they would give support for an older gameplay style.
Yeah, I think like they obviously look back at these sets.
Absolutely.
And they say what was a hit and what was a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Nino Door restanders kind of dated. That's a very dated climax effect at this point.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that.
So it's like you'll still see it every now and again, but it's not their go-to. They want to do more dynamic. They want to do more different things.
Of course,
You can see in the development of Avatar, they want to try different things.
Yeah, because is this the first time we really saw multicolors really becoming I mean,
Puzzles and Dragons.
Puzzles and Dragons, but that's a whole other thing.
In Slime, there's an event that says, look at top 3, get a red, a blue, and a yellow card added to your hand.
Also, Bang Dream.
Bang Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Pastel palettes.
Yeah.
They care about multiple
Yeah.
colors.
There's an event that says, I think, deal 4 if you reveal top 6 and reveal 4 colors.
It's a stupid.
It doesn't reveal
Yeah.
4 colors or something like that.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, I've played that on Encore decks. Jason won't let me touch his Bang Dream stuff.
Of course
So,
not. Of
so
course not.
I've never played it in paper. But they've definitely are trying to focus on the uniqueness of the game and the variance of the game a little
Mhm.
bit more. And like I said, like this game is just fun to play. So it's like when you can look at these things and reasonably go, we can try it.
Mhm.
It's just like something that you can beat across.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and hopefully once you get good enough with it and once you know the deck to a T, you're gonna be able to do what you want to do. This Aang is going to work for someone eventually.
Yeah, but hopefully that's me.
Hopefully it's
I'm-
you.
Hopefully it's you, yeah. But
Hopefully it's you. There's gonna be tons of deck lists out there. There's gonna be tons of takes on it.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
so it's gonna come down to like, what's your gameplay variant look like on it? What do you like doing? How do you play and brainstorm towards the effectiveness of this card?
Yep. Like I can already see that it's
There's gonna be 15 different Aang lists. And
Exactly.
there's gonna be different triggers for every one of them.
like the Aang is not necessarily a trap. It's going to be a skill check.
Mhm.
The fact like, oh, I want to play this Aang. Like, okay, like how much time and how much like how good do you think you are with this deck? How like do you think you could actually be good with this card? And between the different decks that could come out and like different ratios, different play styles, like multiple people with very different decks could be very successful. Who knows? But like I feel like people need to watch out for this card.
Another thing that, and this is gonna come a little off topic. We're talking about releases, and we missed one. We skipped one.
Did we?
Slime Volume 3.
How did
Slime
you
Volume
forget that? That's
Next
all
month.
you.
Listen, my head's been in the fog of Rent a Girlfriend.
Listen,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you had a
did-
whole thing
Hold on.
going.
Well, first things first. You did get your new. You did get your three Chizuru SPs,
3 Chizuru Trial Deck SPs.
Trial Deck SPs.
I got them in the mail today.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, they're on my desk right now.
So Jake is pogging.
I have now every copy of Chizuru for the deck.
Jake is hitting that Kobo pog right now.
So
You have to edit that in, by the way.
thank you. So now it's just like we're the closest I have ever been to making this deck in max rarity, both in JP or English. Because I had a good chunk of it in JP.
I remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I sold it, and I was reluctant to build it in English because I was just like, man, these Chizurus are $1,000.
Yep.
And like the stars aligned for me to be able to get this.
Well, you had a couple bumps getting here.
Yeah, Germany and the Atlantic Ocean being one of them.
Yeah.
But we finally got it.
Yep.
But Slime Volume 3 is coming out for me, and I'm very excited. Meanwhile, if we ask a couple other people who have borrowed my slime cards, they are going to say that my slime cards are cursed.
Oh, Jake,
Listen-
I don't know how to tell you. They are. They definitely
Yeah,
are.
let's be fair. They are.
For reference, I let my friend Assam borrow a bunch of my Shizu stuff for Slime Volume 1. And he had compressed multiple cards. He had he said 18 cards in deck, 6 of them climaxes. When he went into attack, he triggered 2 climaxes, drew 1, and the last 3 cards in his deck were the climaxes, and the middle, 12 were damage. And I was just like, hey, that's just slime sometimes. And he goes, no, you're just cursed.
Jake, how many times have you attacked and hit your climaxes?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
I play into it though.
Yeah, sure.
I have to just get used to it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, no, he's right. This is just Jake's reality now.
Like the climax is magnet to the top of my deck. And so you just
Only when you're attacking.
only when I'm attacking, never on defense.
Yeah, of course.
But so I was told that I need to dehumidify and rehumidify my cards, and I'm very terrified because I'm terrified they might turn into Pringles.
That's fine.
But who knows?
But I see. But the thing is, I'm excited for you for set 3 because some of those cards, those SPs and those secrets look kind of nice.
A lot of the secrets look
Yep.
nice. I think I'm going to try to play the choice finisher of that set.
That set. Okay.
Yeah, which deals 1 3 times or something like that. It deals 1
That's not bad.
an amount of times.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It does.
And I think it deals and then I think it deals damage equal to the amount of finishers on the field.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, these next couple months are gonna be pretty cool. We just did our Quince opening like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
You know, later tonight we're gonna be doing Avatar.
You mean we just had an Avatar opening? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's going to be in the past.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is
Time is
Listen,
irrelevant.
It's literally on how fast I edit this. This is
Listen.
probably gonna be out on Monday.
listen. That's fine.
Tuesday.
I mean,
Wednesday.
people should know that this is not recorded and then immediately uploaded.
Yeah.
And then after then we got Slime for You coming up, and then
Middle of July,
middle of July, and then in August
beginning of August,
we got
have
Hololive 2.
Yeah, you must be so excited for that.
Yeah, that's I'm scared. I'm scared.
What?
Listen, I'm scared that. So here's the thing. I'm scared on the SPs that I open,
Oh, okay.
or like the SSPs or whatever.
I was gonna say the SPs are fine.
Yeah, I should say the SSPs.
Sure.
I'm scared of the SSPs that I'm gonna open because we have a list of SSPs that Jake and Jason are very much
Hey.
willing to take.
And Dave W.
And Dave W. But I mean,
He's earned it.
he definitely has earned it. Listen,
He's earned it, and he's also getting his own 2 cases.
Yeah. So listen, that one's easier because they'd be like, "Hey, you want this Noel?" And he'd be like, "Oh yeah." And then whatever.
He's gonna be like,
right?
hey,
Easy
want
peasy.
this Marine? And you're gonna go, no, but Jake does.
Well, I'll be like, I do want that Marine.
But you can't.
for alternative motives.
but Jake is the one ultimately going to be taking it, right? So
Mhm.
so the problem is that last time when Quince came out, I mean not Quince, Hololive came out. When I opened my trial decks, I pulled the Rushia.
Hey, you got Trout XP.
I pulled a Rushia,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
which is now no longer with me.
Oh.
Which I mean, it's fine. It's that one.
Well, also, what had just happened to Rushia?
Yeah,
Rushia kind of got canned.
It's getting rid of that one was fine, just because it did give me another Nino SSP.
And then what happened
So
to...
in my case, I opened a Coco SSP, another retired VTuber.
Oh, I see where this is going. Okay.
So, which that one also worked out because Jake gave me essentially $800 for it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to keep my like high rarity Hololive stuff.
Man, I really low rolled on giving you like $800 for that
Kinda.
that Coco.
Yeah, you really did.
That's okay.
Well, this was when she was still like $900.
Yeah.
Because like the wound was still fresh of Coco graduating.
Mm-hmm.
The wound was still fresh, and everyone was just like, "Oh man!" And now they're $300.
Yep.
Oh,
But
wow.
regardless, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good opening. There's a lot of exciting cards.
It is going to be a very exciting opening. Because I'm fairly certain that we're going to be able to open Dave's stuff too.
probably.
So he's going to be there, of course.
Of course.
But I'm fairly certain we're going to be able to open Dave's stuff too. So we're going to have probably another 4K stream.
Only 4?
Only 4.
Oh,
I'm getting 2.
I didn't
okay.
get any because I was just going to get a playset of Alejandro.
Honestly, at that point, yeah.
And we were going to have like communal boxes again because we have a whole bunch of stuff. My phone is ringing.
Wow, so unprofessional.
But no, Hololive is pretty cool. It's gonna be very exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I really like
I
Hololive
thought that I put this on silent.
as a property as a whole. And then like nobody here has anything for September. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
'Cause
So
September-
that's
September is-
Review and Overlord?
Yeah, review.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Overlord.
no one in this immediate
Yeah,
group
so
right now.
everyone's getting play sets of that set. So September's going to be a little bit dry. Honestly, that might be a thing where if we see like a cheap like $900 case of something.
We could. I mean, that'd be
But we also are, kind of holding out for Azure Lane.
Azure Lane.
Well,
in
yeah, that's gonna be
October.
Dave A. That's gonna be all
October.
Dave A.
Well, no, I'm getting stuff too.
Oh,
I'm getting a master case and trial decks. So
I thought that was November. I thought Azure Lane comes out in
no,
November.
that's the end of October.
End of October. You're correct.
It's like the 27th.
And then Arifureta comes out in November.
Yeah. So
Which is going to be Jason.
yes.
So, yeah, because he's getting at least one.
He's getting at least one, probably 2.
Yeah, this year, like, I don't know what Bushiroad was on, but they just really hated us this year because they were like, hey, here's all
No,
the stuff
they
you want.
just like money.
They like money, and you know what? If they keep these sets coming out like they are, I don't necessarily have a problem doing it.
I mean, listen, we still have Spy Family to look forward to, Chainsaw Man, which we definitely looking forward to, and then we're gonna have Bochi. We're gonna have
Well, it's not confirmed in English.
that's
Again,
fair, but still,
Again, it is
Heavily insinuated.
yes,
Yes.
there is a high likelihood that Bochi will come to English.
Same with Oshinoko.
Same with like that. I would say that even has an even higher chance of coming with how popular the anime is.
Yeah.
yes, 100%.
But then we got Guilty Gear.
We also
Which-
got Rent a Girlfriend Volume 2.
Let's go!
Let's go!
The English exclusive Rent a Girlfriend Volume 2.
I'm not crying on the inside.
Yeah, you're crying on the outside.
But I mean, regardless of what they put in December, the rest of this year is looking.
We have a lot
pretty
to look
nice.
forward to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we
looking
do.
pretty nice.
So I hope you guys look forward to all this extra content that's gonna be coming out in the last half of the year.
Well, I mean, hopefully this summer we pick up on our content schedule.
Yeah.
Yes, ideally, yeah.
Because
Since we don't have
we're
any-
we're hoping on you making some more Avatar lists.
Oh, 100%. That's gonna happen.
I think we're gonna try to have our singleton tournament. It's gonna be like a mini tournament with our closed group.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna all try to put together a singleton event called the
Bread Bowl.
called the Bread Bowl.
Yep.
And hopefully I can record the Rent a Girlfriend 8-door deck list and not lose the audio because I have lost it 3 times now.
3?
Yeah.
How?
So one time the audio just went away.
Oh.
The other time it saved on the wrong file.
Oh.
And then the other time after that, saved over the file. So when I went to record, when I went to edit the audio, because I have the thumbnail done and everything. When I went to edit the audio, I hear, "Hey guys, welcome to the stock pot, blah blah blah," and I'm just like, "Oh, this is not the Rent a Girlfriend 8-door audio." And since I saved it, the last save state would not let me go back.
No. Oh, that's so tragic.
And so eventually we'll have that game up. It's just a matter of me going through and recording it again. So,
Godspeed.
yeah, it's just we'll get to it eventually, just not right now.
Yep, not a problem.
But other than that, I think that's pretty much all on the announcements that we have. We have a Twitter. I don't know if I should say that or not. It doesn't really matter. We don't use it.
I forget that we have a Twitter.
Yeah, we don't use it. I think you're supposed to log in at some point on it.
I mean, I can log in and I can start saying random Weiss stuff.
Yeah.
We probably should.
But like, I'll be, listen, it's all right. Here's the plan, right?
Start Weiss beef.
No, listen.
No, that comes like a year from now. or
Okay,
whatever.
okay. When
So-
we have like 10 followers.
So basically, what it can be is that whenever I play a game and something stupid happens, I go on.
You just go on a rant.
I go on Twitter and I go on a rant. I'll be like, Chizuru is a stupid card. It should never exist. Blah 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 blah. And then and it'll be like about cards that aren't even
good.
that aren't even good.
Yeah.
Just like,
No, that sounds.
or then be like, and then-
I mean, the whole point of our Twitter is either to update people or to be memes. And I
Yeah.
think it can be both.
Oh,
yeah, 'cause-
you definitely could.
I can imagine like, oh, I'm playing my Hololive list again.
So
and then,
we-
like, Aqua's such a good.
We have a
card.
Twitter. We had a Twitch for about a second, and then we were able to stream on YouTube. We might just do some live testing at some point, so we can just talk about what we're going through.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
we can talk about that. We're gonna have case openings in the future. I'm really excited for this Avatar one
Yeah, it's
that
gonna
we
be fun.
just did. You'll see 2 days ago.
Yeah,
You'll see
something
2
like
days
that.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So we're gonna have a lot of fun doing all this stuff.
Yeah. So if that about wraps it up, thank you everyone for listening to another episode of the Stock Pot. This is us, Soup for the Soul Sign.
Soup.
So
Without Jason.
without
Jason,
Jason,
Soup.
Without Jason.
No soup for Jason.
No
No,
soup
no
for-
soup for Jason today.
Nope. So
Well, I mean, who knows? He might get soup where he's going.
I think he's getting sushi.
it's like
No,
like
no, they
soup.
might
He
have
could get
soup.
some miso
you
soup.
can get miso soup.
It's pretty much just stock.
Yeah, pretty much.
God, so bad. Everyone, we hope you have a nice day, evening, wherever you are, and look forward to all the Avatar content that's inevitable going to happen.
It's gonna be fun.
It's
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye, soup.
God damn it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the Stock Pod. I know today was a longer episode, and we appreciate you watching it all the way through. If you like what you watch, please hit that like and subscribe button, and maybe share it with your favorite Facebook group or your friends. Alejandro, Jason, and Brandon have been working on some other videos, so keep an eye out for those. Once again, thanks for watching the Stock Pot, and we'll see you next time.